Well, just like Mbai said, guess who's reviewing the newspapers right now? It's her, and also Dayo Shobwale, a Rising's analyst. Welcome, welcome. Did anybody bet on someone else?
I wonder if there was a wager going on with that one. Mr. Shobwale, great to have you back.
It's a pleasure, Limba.
Right. Well, because we love to use every single moment of our time, let's get straight to it. Of course, as tradition demands, we begin with This Day newspaper, our newspaper of record. This Day is leading with revenue conversations. The federal government orders immediate implementation of 50% automatic deduction from agencies' IGR. So he directs the OAGF to open new TSA sub-accounts for all parastatals, fully funded agencies to remit 100% IGR, MDAs to submit detailed monthly trial balance to OAGF, and increases agencies under FRA schedule to 68. And just to clarify, OAGF is the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. This reminds me of an interview, an analysis we had from Bosun Omofaye on the morning show, where he said President Tinubu is the revenue evangelist. What do you think of that, Mr. Shobwale?
He was talking about his background when he was governor. His revenue, in fact, that is the core of his financial management, revenue generation. And they will give people targets, the institutions, the targets. What he's doing now, I think, is withdrawing 50% of what they are supposed to generate, so that you don't have money, so you have to put extra effort to cover that 50% before you can make your total target. It's an incentive for revenue generation, and it's a step in the right direction. But they did all the funds they can to face all the needs the people are asking of them.
It's a refreshing development as opposed to borrowing and borrowing. So it's good to see innovation.
Internal one. That does not stop borrowing. The borrowing is external.
At least it's something.
But you see, you must have something at home first before you borrow.
Exactly.
You get me? He did it successfully in Lagos State. And I think hopefully he should be able to do it at the federal level.
Okay, well, we'll keep our eyes on that development. Yeah. And of course, just above that, still on This Day newspaper, we just spoke to a journalist from Sierra Leone just a few minutes ago on the program. Koroma arrives Nigeria today for political asylum after alleged role in failed coup. Of course, we're still waiting to see whether he will truly arrive today, but all communication leads in that direction, even though the government of Sierra Leone is still denying, is yet to comment.
What I've read is different.
Go ahead.
It's arriving today, and they have even gone as far as saying that all these perquisites will be paid in Sierra Leone while he's here. And they copied the letter to the Nigerian president, the Sierra Leonean president, and I think a third African president. So it's asylum granting. It is allowed in international diplomacy. Although that should not be an excuse for people to be planning coups against legitimate governments and hoping for asylum. Yes.
Exactly.
It's a double-edged sword. But we are playing the big brother now. We've done it before for West Africa. I remember a time when, was it Taylor, a rebel leader in Liberia, was given asylum here so that peace could prevail. And later I went back, he became a senator too, later. So we are involved in ECOWAS matters very much, especially now that our president is the chairman of ECOWAS. So that's diplomacy at work.
Okay, well, let's see whether it will contribute positively towards the stability in Sierra Leone. We quickly move on to Daily Trust, to a story that really hits home for us. We're leading with robbers kill 4 in shopping mall near Abuja. And I just want to reiterate that because several outlets are reporting that the shopping mall was in Abuja. It's 27 kilometers out of Abuja, still very close. However, not inside Abuja itself, one-man village. It's near Mararaba in Nasarawa State. It is reported that they trailed some employees of the central bank to this destination where the crimes were committed. Very, very, very disturbing developments.
Absolutely, and even looking at it, and right above it, the chief imam and Okada rider killed in fresh Plateau attacks. Looking at both of these attacks that happened it's very disturbing. And Mr. Shubwa, I'm wondering what you think, especially, in light of what was suggested earlier on about having the right to bear arms at some point, which was...
It is still there in the news. An Anglican priest has said that people should bear arms. It's one of today's papers, in consonance with what we were saying yesterday. And then you see, like I said, the law does not allow people to bear arms. But you see, if people are able to defend themselves, that should be a deterrence to those who want to kill them anyhow. If you know that I have AK-47 or what do they call it, if you know I have it in my house, you won't just come and be raiding my house. I can shoot back. That's deterrence. But then, we must follow the law. And like I reiterated yesterday, these people know that people cannot bear arms. That is the law. So they are making an ass of the law. It's an unfortunate thing. Let's leave it and go to someone.
I just want to quickly go, in fact, to the Nigerian Tribune, where Femi Fani Kayode has actually added his voice to this conversation. The Tribune, Nigerian Tribune newspaper, just next to the leading image there, with license, Nigerians can bear arms. And just to take a quote for him, he's saying, well, this is according to Femi Fani. I'm quoting him directly. In other words, he said, if someone aims a gun at me and I can quickly grab another gun, I have the right to shoot. Asked to clarify if the law allows for one to bear guns, the senior advocate replied in the affirmative, however, noting that one needs a gun license. So you're required to apply for the license first. This is according to Femi Fani.
What he's saying is not on. Do you get me? I mentioned the example of the US yesterday. In some states, they make it easy for you to get guns. In some, they make it difficult. It depends on the ideological orientation. If you belong to a place where you believe your fundamental right to defend yourself includes having arms, the law allows it. But if you belong to a state that does not allow it, you go and purchase it, then you're in trouble. In our own case, it's difficult to get a gun. So it's not as if they say you should not get a gun. It is difficult to get a license to get a gun. So don't let lawyers deceive people. Do you get me? The law is there. And the police inspector general has said it. Khan has said it. So many people who would have wished that people will not die anyhow have said it. So that's the position of the law. Who would not like to get a gun and shoot people who want to raid your house? Everybody will be happy to do that. But then, there are some peace-loving people who don't want to be seen near a gun. So they would rather wait for the state to do its duty, which is what is happening now. The state should do its duty, federal level, state level, local government level, to maintain law and order, so that bandits don't run the country.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. And the focus and the energy should be on that.
Yes.
So let's stay on the Nigerian Tribune. Of course, the lead story there being 2024 budget designed to take care of ruling class. That's according to the TUC. We've already discussed that in detail. I want to go to a story above the masthead.
No, let us leave it. Remember,
okay, let's continue.
The ruling class issue.
The ruling, yes,
go ahead. They mentioned it in their statement.
Yes.
That the ruling class lives in a lifestyle that does not reflect the sacrifices they're asking people to make. They even mention that they are pursuing jeeps and displaying ostentation.
Yeah. They said, can I take the quote? Wanton ostentation that is provocative and unacceptable.
That's right. Yes, it should be noted. It should be noted. And you see, what you are saying here, people are reacting. You know what we said yesterday about this education issue? ICPC has taken it up. You get me? They have invited the investigator, the journalist, and they said they are taking up the issue. So it's okay once you see important things like that to highlight them.
That's right.
If government agencies react, that's responsiveness.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good for government. That's good for all of us.
Exactly. That's why we're here anyway. That's why we're here.
That's good for our safety.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Now, so to go just above the masthead on the Nigerian Tribune, 2024 budget, NAS gets highest allocation in 25 years. So operations in this budget are allocated at 344.85 billion, which is up from the 197.93 billion originally proposed by the executive. So Tinubu and the executive proposed 197 billion, and what has now been passed is 344 billion, almost double that. So, and there are analysts who are saying that when all the other planned expenditures are added to it, which includes 100 billion for zonal intervention projects and votes for the completion of ongoing projects, we're looking at 514 billion for NAS alone.
You are talking of NAS, National Assembly.
Yes.
You know they said something the other time. There are some agencies did not budget enough, so they added to it. You are mentioning NAS, leave their own. Look at the story on the Nigerian Judicial Institute. You get me? What the government recommended, NAS doubled it for the judiciary. They doubled it. They say that is about 7 times the amount budgeted for 7 colleges of education and 8 universities. You get me? It will take time to fully analyze the budget. But then, if you look at what the president sent and what NAS put back, especially in their own interest, I was telling you about padding the other time. I just brought out a glaring example of padding. Yeah. But then, you see, the government, other presidents have always refused to sign first. But that has delayed issues. Right. In fact, that has delayed issues that even the budget year will almost be over before they sign.
Mr. Shobwale, on that note, I want us to just take one international paper very, very quickly. Can we go to the Daily Telegraph of the UK? And I'm taking the story specifically for you, Mr. Shobwale, which is that GCSE exams for English language and English literature will no longer be handwritten from 2025. So the argument is that this will make it easier for pupils to edit their answer and simpler for papers to be marked. How do you feel about exams, critical exams, of course, being taken not online? Okay. You take your laptop, your device into the exam. So instead of writing out your answer as is tradition, you get to type it.
Yes, I think it's good. I mean, it's not new. In some Nordic countries, Northern Europe, children in schools take their phones. You know, if you are here, they will say maybe you want to use the phone as an advantage. That's what obtains here. But they're already teaching people to do that. But my own fear on that, you have just said now, is that I hope artificial intelligence will not be used to answer questions.
I think that's already the case.
These are the issues.
Some lawyers have used artificial intelligence for court cases, but some diligent judges have seen that the citation is not the correct citation. Well, so it is development, but it has.
Mr. Shobwale, I'm old school on this one.
Too.
We should keep handwriting those exams. These
and what
kids
if your
should
handwriting
write,
can't be seen?
Then you should learn to write clearly.
Artificial intelligence will face you out.
Well, because I refuse to evolve.
I'm going to remain in the middle for this one. But thank you so much, Rimbai. Wonderful analysis as always. Mr. Shobwale, thank you for your time as well. Thank you.